Bitcoin showed renewed strength this week as it battled head-on with the dollar. As expected, there was a gradual move from 40k to 45k but stalled movement at the symmetrical triangle's resistance. The crypto assets pause at this key level coincided with the fiat range-bound movement, which says both pairs will soon move in opposite directions. Remember, it all boils down to their negative correlation. On that note, I'm speculating that the dollar might do a quick retrace, thereby giving room for Bitcoin to rally to 47k if not 50k. But this sentiment is not with all confidence since the Fed is bent on reducing inflation, which could impact the dollar's value. I'm Grace Joseph and this is the Gracia Memoir session. I'd been expecting the dollar to tank by now, even by a couple of dollars. However, the foreign currency has been consolidating for ages. The first red candle after the rally has been printed and price has closed below the weekly support, but there has still been no movement to the downside. BTC, on the other hand, made minor gains during the course of the week, which shows the crypto crowd could also be expecting a slight retrace in the dollar. Alts like ApeCoin, Ethereum Classic and Loopring showed impressive gains despite the minor leap in the top cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's monthly chart looks even better this week than it did last week. The current formation is more of a doji whose opening and closing price are near the highs of the candle. Compared to the large red candle we started the month with, this formation is a sight to behold. That's if you're a bull. But really, we don't need that candle closing on an indecisive note since it only leaves one more room for uncertainty. Nonetheless, the candle's pattern says bulls are taking charge. Few days before its close gives the bulls enough time to make the formation even more bullish and the bears less time to drag prices down. A more bullish formation is when we have a monthly close above the EMA 8. Interestingly, the region the EMA 8 resides intersects with the 45k zone, and that's less than $1,000 from our current 44k price. The weekly chart says the bulls aren't sitting on the sidelines since the EMA 8 is pointing upwards and could cross over the EMA 50. Price is also rearing its head above the EMA 8. The point is, I'd certainly flip bullish if price closes above that EMA and even more bullish if the next three candles hold the level. Having seen a thing or two about false breakouts within the past month, it will be unheard of that I was caught in another bull trap. Now pay close attention to the candles on the 2 weeks chart and how they had showed equilibrium between buyers and sellers. The red candles were just as large as the green candles and both candles were almost the same in number, hinting the bulls and bears weren't letting up. But now that the current candle is having a higher close, it shows demand is overwhelming supply. What's more, the week 2 candles depict a morning doji star formation. The morning star can also be visible on the weekly when you scrap out the tiny candles and pair the large red candle with the hammer and green candle. For what it's worth, we've maintained same lows for 3 weeks in succession, and that's roughly 21 days. It goes to show the bulls are perched around the support zone. Bitcoin's 3-day chart on an inverted scale indicates a rounding top pattern. This pattern hints price will continue in the direction it's facing. Thus, if we go by that logic, the next potential resistance area after 45k is around 50k. And while we may have broken out and closed above the symmetrical triangle, price is still constricted in the sideways trend. It's more important for price to also breach this resistance since most traders' eyes are more keen to horizontal key levels than diagonal ones. Therefore, pay close attention to that resistance because if price exceeds it and a new high is created, This retracement in a short-term downtrend has turned into a reversal. The confirmation of a trend change also comes with price trading above the moving average and the short-term moving average being above the long-term moving average. It's also worth noting that a failed breach of the resistance could see price once again tank to 35K. Now it's left for you to exploit this information to make some money. That will be all for now until next week on another session on Gracia's memoir. I'm Grace Joseph and you're onto the Gracia memoir session.